Can't switch off your brain at bedtime. Signs of stress. Today, we're talking about the impact areas of stress. Impact area number one, sleep struggles. So many overstressed people, and I mean people neurodivergent and disabled people. Those are my people. That's me. Hi, I'm Carole Jean Whittington. I'm a burnout researcher, and I help neurodivergent and disabled adults transform burnout and overstress in 20 minutes or less to joy filled and sustainable energy every day so that you're fueling and living your dreams and passions. So, for decades, I thought I was just failing to thrive. I was sucking at adulting, but it wasn't true. I discovered at almost 40 that I'm autistic and that it wasn't that I was sucking or that I wasn't smart enough to figure it out. It was that I didn't have the right pieces to the puzzle. And one of the biggest experiences and impact areas of chronic cycle burnout is sleep struggles. Now, here's what my research has uncovered and where we really look at how does burnout impact us, because it's not just our wonderfully wired neurodistinct brains, it is also our wonderfully wired and neurodistinct bodies. So if you also have co-occurring health conditions like I do, POTS, MCAS, hypermobility, or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, then hey, welcome to the club. You're in the right place. One of the things that burnout and stress disrupt is our sleep. And a lot of times it's the first thing to get disrupted and it's the last place to come back online as you are restoring. So this November, I will be entering year 5 of living burnout free for the first time since I was 6 years old. I just turned 50. And this was a place that I didn't even know was possible or that it could exist. So let's talk about these sleep struggles. Why is it that we can't switch our brain off at bedtime? It is so infuriating. It is so frustrating because we can be exhausted. We are just dying for a good night's sleep. Or maybe it can be the opposite side where we're sleeping for hours. Maybe you get 10, 12, 14 hours and you're still waking up exhausted. But specifically when you're tired and your head hits the pillow and your brain kicks into overdrive and you were like half asleep 2 minutes earlier, somewhere else probably, or you turn over to turn the light off and get settled in because you're tired and then your brain kicks on. For so many of us, what I've discovered in my research is that this is our survival. This is our protective mechanism. This is our brain making sure that everything that was on our to-do list that day got done. And if it didn't, and most likely it didn't because the to-do list is ever growing, it's this never-ending thing, right? That if we didn't check off the most important things or we didn't get it all checked off, it sets up in our nervous system that that's not safe, that you're not safe. And so your brain begins to process through, well, what did I get done today? What did I not get done on my list today? What can I get done tomorrow? And then we start to navigate, do I have the energy? Am I going to be capable and able to do this tomorrow? And a lot of us get into this because we become the go-to person at work and at home and with our family all the time because somehow that's become where we have found our value and our worthiness is like by being that go-to person, that problem solver, doing all the things that somehow we've earned it. We can be worthy of the friendship, of the love, of the kindness. And so we continue to power through and we go hard doing whatever it takes to make it all happen at work and in home. And we rarely take more than a day or two off at a time. At least that was me. I don't know about you. And I believed that this nonstop hustle was the key to success. Like no pain, no gain, right? You got to grind it out because the early bird catches the worm. And I believed all of it to my own detriment. So every night when my head hit the pillow, my brain was sorting through the day. And what did I accomplish? What did I not accomplish? What do I need to do the next day? all in an effort to feel safe, to feel good enough, to feel worthy, to feel valuable. And that is a huge place of energy drain. It is one of the biggest places keeping us stuck in some degree of burnout, be it a poblano level 1 spicy pepper where you have just a tad bit of heat and you can do some things and it takes you maybe an hour or so and you recover and you're back to center. That's where it starts to creep in. All the way up to that ghost pepper level 5 where you're so hot you're not, that your body starts to shut down. This might be where you've gone from taking every weekend to rest and recover as best you can, to turn down all the invitations for even the things that you really want to do, just so that you can try and get as much energy back as you possibly can in that short window so that you can start all over again on Monday. And then by Wednesday, sometimes Tuesday afternoon, maybe Thursday, if you're lucky and it's a good week and people haven't been overly demanding or taxing on what energy reserves you have, just to start all over again. And a lot of times we have this belief that if we step back, if we take our foot off the gas pedal for too long, more than maybe that 2 days, that everything's going to fall apart, that maybe you're going to fall apart. But this constant pressure leads to exhaustion, frustration, and burnout. It leads to a lot of suffering. It leads to a lot of relationship strain with other people, but also with us, our primary relationship. And we can also feel trapped in this sort of never-ending cycle. One of the first signs of burnout that most people, or a lot of people, notice, and this is what kept coming up in my research, was they had this inability to switch off their brain at bedtime. Despite feeling exhausted, your mind would be racing, full of thoughts about the day and worries about tomorrow. This sleep struggle is very common amongst overstressed, neurodivergent, and disabled adults who are navigating not just the world from a unique and beautiful perspective, but through a body that's also got different experiences, and maybe taxed in different ways from the way the rest of the world operates. And it can be a huge impact on our overall well-being. By setting some healthy places of awareness in our life, we can look at those top 30 nourishment keys that I talk about. And we can identify where's the most undernourished place for you that's causing your brain to kick on and to be so overly active when you're at your most exhausted. So if you're not sleeping well, if you are getting caught in those thought loops and running through the day's events and planning for tomorrow and not getting the sleep that you need, take the Spicy Pepper Burnout Quiz over at whittingtonwellbeing.com and begin your journey to energy mastery today. It is possible. I'm here to tell you I am living proof, and I have so many clients that are there as well. And we want you to know this is hope-filled and that there is more. Take the quiz. It takes 3 minutes. Find out if you're in burnout or not. Maybe it's just a stressful season, but maybe it's something more. Take care, and I'll see you in the next event where we're talking about the remaining 8 impact areas of stress and how they show up in burnout for neurodivergent and disabled adults. Take care.